Hello and welcome to another episode here on our channel where we are building a self-sufficient homestead in Central Portugal. In today's episode I want to show you the top 10 things that we have prioritized to build as we bought this land when it was totally empty and nothing on it. If you don't know us, we are Kinga and Martin, and we decided to travel the world in our van to find a place we would like to call home. We built our van without any prior experience, but thanks to a number of great YouTube resources and help from our friends, we were able to complete our build in just over a year. For 14 months we have been living and working in our van. We travelled all the way to Turkey, spent 3 amazing months surrounded by new culture and beautiful landscape, enjoyed our ups and downs of van life. We spent beautiful time in the Balkans, summertime in Poland, and now Portugal. We have found our peaceful oasis here in Central Portugal, where we are dreaming of building our homestead from scratch. One of the things that we have done to make our life a lot more comfortable on the land here is this parking space for the camper van. We have slept in that camper van for such a long time. We love it inside, but outside wasn't that great. Whenever we would come out of the camper van, our shoes would be muddy, the grass was soaking wet. Even right now it's warm, but the grass is really wet and everything would be soaked through. So we have put a gravel patch, we like to call it a parking. So we've got a gravel patch over there where we have parked our van, and it's staying there. It ain't going anywhere. That way the van has its own place, it's out the way, it's not causing any obstructions. We can park our other car, drive through the road as we would like, and then when we come out of the camper van, no socks, no shoes are wet, we've got a nice gravel, and then from there onto this path, it's just a breeze. Eventually in the future we'd like to have a second camper parking there just for our friends and family that would like to stay and visit us in their camper van. We would like to extend this kind of gravel part further up onto that way. As you can see, this green plastic material on the floor, this for me is a huge plus on our land. And on the topic of paths, these have been a game changer. We're not getting muddy shoes anymore. We're actually creating sections on our land as well, with one section being our caravan, sleeping, guest sleeping area, living room, one being the camper van parking, a bathroom, a flower garden, etc, etc. It's creating beautiful sections, and with it being the white little stones, it actually looks really pretty, and it adds a contrast to the dark green grass around here. In the future we're also planning to have more paths. Right now this is just what we need. We have a path going from the camper van to the caravan to our solar shed, and a not so finished path to the bathroom. We're also contemplating whether to have gravel paths in the future or to have something a little bit more natural and more biodegradable like wood chips. When we first bought this land, we had no other transportation than the big camper van. And as you can imagine, whenever we tried to build anything, we had to get our bed dirty because we couldn't store or transport wood any other way than placing everything on our bed, unfortunately. So this truck, my dream car, is a huge upgrade. We can transport anything without getting the camper van dirty, and it's just such an easy way to bring everything in here. We can bring anything that's heavy or light, whereas in the camper van we really had to watch our weight because camper vans have a limit of weight, whereas this truck, it's empty inside, there's nothing there, so it's an amazing addition to the family. Another reason we're super grateful for having this pickup truck is because when we only had the camper van and we had to go food shopping every couple of days or fill up water or anything like that, it meant having to pack everything down that's inside the camper van. that would take time, and it wasn't exactly very convenient doing it every 2-3 days. But with this, we have a full-on base in the camper. It doesn't require any moving. Nothing has to be put away, no bedding, no dishes, no anything. We're just getting this and drive off. Another addition that we have on the land is that big white solar shed. There we go. It's just focused on there now. In that white solar shed, we have batteries for these solar panels, and that's so important because we're not hooked to the grid. We don't have any electricity any other way. That's why this solar shed and the batteries just means everything to us, really. Without it, we wouldn't be able to work, we wouldn't be able to charge anything. That is a huge necessity. In the future, we're planning to extend our setup, have more solar panels and more batteries, which means on days when it's not sunny, when it's raining, where there is very thick clouds, we'll be able to still have solar energy, whereas currently, whenever it's thick grey clouds, we have to put the generator on. Yes, it is currently running in the background there, even though it's sunny, but the batteries aren't charging that well. And since we're here, we're talking about the solar shed, I thought I'm going to tell you as well about our Wi-Fi. At the very beginning, we used local SIM cards, and the signal was very much on and off. If it was high wind, then the signal will go down, and when the weather was great, the signal was up. So we needed something a little bit more reliable, because as much as the download speed was quite fast, it just wasn't reliable, and we needed something pretty much stable. And this tiny antenna at the top just there, that is our Starlink. We decided to get this because Martin is always working, he's on meeting calls, he's downloading stuff, he's uploading stuff, and then also these vlogs, they need to be uploaded onto YouTube as well. So this was very much necessary for us, and after all, it wasn't that expensive. I think we're paying around £40 a month for our plan. So comparing this with local internet contracts, it was very similar, so at least this is super reliable. This is one of those things that you might not think it's necessary, but for us, it was. This was amazing in the peak of summertime, where we didn't want to go into the van to have a full-on shower, and we haven't had our bathroom back then yet as well. So this peak summertime, I think I would use it 2-3 times a day just to get in, cool myself down, and in the evenings I would have a full-on shower there. It was amazing with the sun rays in your face. Oh, I mean, I always dreamed of having an outdoor shower, and this, it might not look like much, but it ticked all the boxes for us. In the future, we're still gonna keep this, but our main bathroom has now been built, and I'll show you that in a second. But for now, this is staying. I will not ever let Martin take this down. This building is exactly what we needed from the start. This, what you can see behind me, is our outdoor shower, bathroom, toilet, everything. We have been dreaming of an actual bathroom, toilet, shower building since the day we got this land. Showering in the camper van or even in the outdoor shower obviously isn't ideal for the whole year. Like currently it's winter and it's a little bit too cold to shower outside in the outdoor shower, and in the van, let's just say things steam up pretty quickly inside when it's this cold outside, and you don't really want to open all the doors because, well, it gets cold. So this bathroom has been a game changer. We have super hot water, amazing pressure, which I think shower pressure is essential. That's not something we have back in the UK. We have horrible water pressure, so this shower is better than the one we have in the UK, honestly. We have also decided to put a compostable toilet in there, which does not smell, and it's so much better to use than the chemical toilet in the camper van. We had to take that out into the camper stop every few days, every week or so, and with this we don't have to drive anywhere. Please ignore our workbench on the side there. But I wanted to tell you about our outdoor sanitary block, as Martin likes to call this. This has taken us way longer than we ever thought. However, we could not be any happier with how it's turned out. With the shower there and the toilet there. Our future plans for this bathroom is to have another shower and toilet on the other side. We currently have this room split into two. In the future we want to have 3 separate cubicles, if you want to call that, a little corridor in the middle and 2 cubicles either side of the corridor. We want to have a shower and a toilet in both of them, and then a sink to wash your hands or even to wash dishes just outside here. So the bathroom isn't exactly finished. However, we have got the roof, we've got the rendering outside, so the building is waterproof. We still need to do some sort of a flooring out here. It's just a plain OSB that's been painting in waterproofing paint. And then the inside, let me show you. As you can see, it's pretty much empty in here. This is where the bathroom is, toilet and shower. Here, this will be a corridor with the boiler eventually covered up and the washing machine at the bottom somewhere down here. And this will be another bathroom with a shower and a toilet, which is something we really cannot wait, because it means that if we have any guests around, there's not going to be any taking turns or anything like that. There's going to be 2 toilets, 2 showers. Amazing. Bye. I'm joking, let's carry on. These trees are still so tiny that you might not see them, but this is one of the very first things we decided to do when we bought the land. Why? Because fruit trees take forever to grow, right? And if we planted them early on, it means by the time we're actually living here full time and we have a homestead here, the trees will be somewhat mature and producing fruit. So we just wanted to save on timings. I hear you asking, what fruits do we have? A peach tree, a cherry tree, a green fig tree, a poor looking purple fig, a small orange tree, a lemon tree, a pomegranate tree, a papaya tree, a small raspberry bush, a teeny tiny scillis bush, and a beautiful lime tree that's currently sitting on our deck. And in the topic of the deck, look at this beautiful piece that we have created here. We decided to add this decking after sitting here on 2 chairs and a table, and the whole area was just vibes off completely. Everything would be dirty, muddy, and we would then bring all of that into the trailer. So we decided to go with a decking. This was kind of a spontaneous decision, but we are not regretting it. This is amazing. It actually makes this whole area feel a lot more homely and pretty, which it might not exactly be building a homestead, but this is essential. You need to feel at home wherever you're living. So this decking makes our caravan so much cleaner, this area so much cleaner, and in the future we would like to build an extension, kind of a roof over the decking, and that way we can still enjoy even the rainy days eating dinner outside. And last but not least is this flower garden. We decided on a flower garden because there's just so many benefits. 1, it attracts pollinators, but 2, it gets rid of all the mosquitoes and flies that you don't necessarily want around your living area. So we have planted some very strategic plants around this area, which is right next to the decking, which is where we will be sitting for most of the year, especially in summertime. And in summertime you get all sorts of fruit flies and just different kinds of insects that you don't really want around your food whilst you're eating dinner outside on the table on the decking. So this garden, 1, it's drought tolerant, so we're not having to waste as much water as you would have to for any other kind of plants, meaning it's also native to this region because Portugal is dry. There's not much rain during the year apart from winter time. In the future we would like to expand on this garden, of course, plant some more herbs that we could cook with, but also that they will repel any flies that are unwanted, but also add more pollinators that will be bee friendly, but also make this area pretty and homely. I hope this gives you a little insight of where to start your homestead, of where to start your garden, of where to start when you're buying a totally empty piece of land, whether it's here in Central Portugal, Spain, or on the other side of the world. I hope this video helped you a little bit, and see you next time.